Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for another office hours training. So, as a reminder, part of my job as a financial strategist is to help you have some aha moments, some self discovery moments, and helping you see what no longer serves you so that you ultimately can release them. All that helps with the breakthroughs. That's where you start to shift. That's where the magic happens. To be, whether it's your personal finances or your business finances or overall business, that shift is where that magic starts to happen. So it's my role to help that shift occur. So last week was all about mastering money mindsets, transforming your financial relationship, understanding what a financial relationship is that's usually not defined by you, and how to start that shift so that you can live the life you desire. I also did an intro to budgeting. We'll talk more about budgeting throughout this training series. So go back, watch those trainings. But this week, we're going to switch it up a little today and talk about some business thoughts and strategies, specifically around startup or first phase businesses that have products that you make typically at home or in some shared space. And I know somebody's thinking, why? Because these products are important now and will be extremely important over the next few years and beyond. So as this shift towards healthier living picks up steam, picks up steam, consumers will be seeking your products because so many of the products out there on the market today have so many cancer-causing chemicals in them. So if you are not positioned, you really want to start positioning yourself to be able to handle the influx of business, and so that you're prepared and ultimately be able to hire more people to satisfy that influx of business that you will have. So the topic will be ongoing, but it is identity and impact, mastering self, business, and customer engagement. And so to start out, I have a few questions that I want you to think about. I won't be able to get through them all today, but we will over the next few weeks. Here are the questions. Who are you? What is your business? And who is your consumer? Right? So let's take a look today, focusing really on who are you? So who are you? As the individual, as the business owner, and as the face of the company. So oftentimes when we start to think about who we are, we're thinking about ourselves as all of these other monikers that people put on us. So you, the individual, not the mother, father, sister, brother, friend, or business owner, just you as the individual, right? What kind of personality do you have? Are you nice? Are you mean? Are you condescending? Are you rude? Are you empowering? How do you talk to people? That's like my biggest pet peeve is like people trying to talk to me like I'm crazy. Do you speak life into people? Do you even like people? Do you even like yourself? Those are some interesting questions, but you really need to go back and go through each one of them and ask yourself those questions. So many areas in which people need to heal in order to elevate. People must discover who they really are. People again put so many monikers on you, and we put so many monikers on ourselves, and some of them we wear with badge of honor. And I'm gonna throw out one now that I know you know. the strong Black woman. And we wear it like it's a badge of honor. It's not, right? But who are you? When you peel back all of those layers to find out who you are, what you're going to discover is there's still some healing that you need to do. Trust me, everybody that's in this life needs healing. No one is exempt from that. So take a look at you and start to peel back those layers. Also, take a look at your circle. They are a reflection of you. What do you really love about you? And what do you love about them? What do you recognize about you that you don't love and appreciate? Start to build on and enhance what you love about you and correct or release what you dislike. The things you love or the things you dislike or hate, they're going to show up in your business. I don't care how hard you try to mask what's going on your personal side and who you are, it's going to show up in your business. And it's showing up in how you build your business, what you think about your business, and how you operate your business and how people see your business. So constant evaluation is of self. Constant evaluation of self is key. So you become better than you were yesterday. It's not a competition. You're not trying to be better than someone else. You don't necessarily want your business to be better than someone else's business that's doing the same thing. There is no competition. There's enough for everybody. The only thing that you want to focus on is that you're getting better every single day than you were or that your business was the previous day. Okay. So going back, who are you as the business owner? So who are you as the business owner? What are your qualifications surrounding the business? When I say qualifications, I'm not talking necessarily about degrees, diplomas, certifications. I mean, certifications are important if you're in an industry that requires a certification or a license. So that is crucial. But what are your qualifications surrounding the business? What experience do you bring to the table? How do you see yourself as the business owner, right? Because how you see yourself is going to play out in how others see you, and it's going to play out in how you operate your business. So I was I was asked to be a keynote speaker at a women's conference, fourth quarter of 2023. And I was also, as part of that conference, there was breakout sessions, and I was also asked to do one of the breakout sessions, right? So keynote and breakout session, and it was obviously financial information that I was talking about. But because I knew I was the keynote and would be speaking to all, I had one presentation for all attendees, and I didn't want to talk about those same things in that breakout session. So in the breakout session, I literally said to the women, it was business owners and non-business owners alike, and I said, okay, here's an opportunity for you to ask any question that you want to ask, kind of like the online private chat after this training. It was like you can ask any questions that you want to ask about personal finances, business strategy, the gamut. Let's go. And people started asking questions, right? And there's one lady, and I don't even remember what her question was at this point, and that's not even the important part of the story. What she said, though, was as she's talking about her products and what she did, she said she called herself a hustler. She was like, I'm definitely a hustler. And she didn't mean anything negative by it, but she meant she's going to do the things that she needs to do in order to sell her products, get out there and make her business happen. And so listening to her story, and after she was done, the thing that I said to her was, let me go back to something that you said before I answer your question. Again, whatever the question was. And I said, you called yourself a hustler. I said, from this day forward, call yourself a businesswoman. You own a business, you're doing business, you're making it happen. You are a businesswoman. And when I said that to her, her whole entire energy shifted. She sat up a little taller in her seat. The smile came across her face. And instantly, just by that moniker, just by that title, she felt different about herself. It shows up in your business, what you call yourself and what you think about yourself. And even at the end of the event, sorry again, she just wanted to come back and say, she wanted to come back and thank me for that and also just say goodbye. And I told her that reminder again, remember. And she said, yep, I'm a businesswoman. She turned and she walked out. What you call yourself and how you see yourself as that business owner is really, really important. So, back again, who are you? You as the business owner. How important is your company to you? And I know you're like, wait a minute, lady, it's my company, so it has to be important to me. So I know it's a strange question, right? But how important is your company to you? The reputation that your company has, not only about the products and or the services, but about how you're perceived, how you treat your customers, the consumers. What's the satisfaction of the people you serve? And if you have staff or contract people that you work with, what's the satisfaction of them as well? So when we talk about customer service just isn't the people who buy our products or our services. It's also those people that you work with every single day, your staff, again, contractors, suppliers, things of that nature. So what's the satisfaction of the people that you serve and or the people that you work with? And what's the growth and the performance of your company? Is it moving along? Is it getting better than it was yesterday? Remember, it's not a competition. The only competition is yourself. Are you getting better than you were yesterday? Is your company growing on a daily basis? And what's the revenue? Same thing with the revenue, right? Are you earning more? Are you building on it? Do you even know your numbers? Right? So often I'm talking to clients on the strategy side, and one of the things that I ask them if we're doing a deep dive on products and or services and we're talking about pricing, and I say, well, what's your number? How much are you making on a thing? Too often they don't know. And that's really why I love the space that I do on the business strategy side with what I call the micro or very small businesses. A lot of times they're solopreneurs or mom and pop shops with or without a storefront, but they don't necessarily have more than 10 or 15 employees, although some of them have up to 10 employees. But we're able to break things down, and we can see the things and the changes that they need to have. A lot of times it's just little tweaks in order to make them better than they were the day before. Are you working your business on it and in it? So how many hours a day or week is scheduled on your calendar for your business? A lot of times when you're starting out, you have that home-based business or things of that nature. You're working full-time or even part-time for someone else, for another company, right? And so you're on a calendar 4 or 5 hours a day or 8 hours a day for that company. But how many hours a day are you giving your business? And it might not be every day. Everyone's calendar is crazy and difficult, right? In some instances. But are you scheduling time to work on your business, to work on it and in it? And when I say on it, I mean all of the back office stuff, all of the operations, all of those things, right? Building that piece out, making sure that that piece is working. But when I say in it, I mean, are you doing the things daily, weekly, monthly in order to generate revenue and to build on that revenue on a daily basis? Now, if you can't work on your business every single day because of scheduling conflicts, that's fine. But put it on your calendar. If Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday are your days, block that time out and make sure you're doing that thing. Make sure you then have that list of whatever it is that you need to work on, that to-do list, on it and in it. And make sure you're checking that off and getting those things done. Because if you don't schedule it, you won't do it. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow, right? So you have to be committed because there's no one to answer to. There's not a supervisor saying, hey, you didn't do those reports today. Hey, you came in late this week. Hey, you were absent too many times this month. No one's doing that. No one's checking for you like that for your business. You got to check for yourself, right? And one of the best ways to do that is to get things scheduled on your calendar. The third thing, who are you? You as the face of the company. How you are will ultimately be how people see your company and believe it to be. So it doesn't matter how you think you are, right? It doesn't matter what you think you are portraying. Are you truly portraying that? And that winds up just being an evaluation, self-evaluation always. But it might just be, going out and honestly asking some customers that you've serviced, hey, I need your honest feedback on that. A lot of times we don't like to get honest feedback, right? And that honest feedback is free. You don't even have to schedule an appointment with a coach or have a coach for that, because your coach can't give you that type of feedback if they haven't been through that process. And even if they go through the process, you're going to act a little differently because it's with your coach, right? But go back to your customers, ask them, hey, you know what, I need some honest feedback on your experience, and create whatever type of, are you looking at? Was it online experience? Was it in-person experience? Make the list of things that you want to know, areas that you want to know about, so that you can improve. Go back to those customers and ask them to do that evaluation. Give them a discount or give them a free product or something from doing it. Of course, it's their time and you want to reward them for their time, but ask. You will find out a lot of times business owners won't ask because they don't want to know the truth, right? The truth, where it might bite or it may hurt a little bit. But when that hurt or that bite or that pain comes out of what someone told you, and it's the truth, you got to sit within it. You're going to hear me say that a lot about a lot of things. Sit in it for a minute. And before you respond, or before you go off the wire, if someone has done this evaluation for you, your response ultimately is thank you for that. And then whatever the gift is that you're going to give them for doing it. But you want to sit with that and then look and see where you can improve, right? Again, working on your business and in your business. So one of the things that I do every time I have an event, right? It could be a small workshop I facilitate, or it can be an event where I have been asked to speak, or an event, especially an event that I host, because I'm very particular about touching all of the senses when I do an event. So I always have a meeting after the meeting, if you will. And it's the evaluation meeting. And I'm looking at three things always, right? What was done in excellence? I want to note it so I can deliver that way every time and celebrate the excellence. We do not celebrate ourselves enough. So when you have a great event, what was done? Break the event down, the workshop down. If it was, you sell products and you were at a pop-up or a vendor event, break the event, not that event, but how you participated in that event. What did you do in excellence? Note it so that you can deliver on it every single time. Second thing that I look for is what I did or what we did good, right? And then how can we turn that good into excellence? Good is good, but it's not great and it's not excellent. But you have to know, what did you do good? And where did we fail? That's the third thing. Where did we fail and why did we fail? Was the failure obvious to the attendees? And what do we need to do to implement to ensure that failure never happens again? Because sometimes things fail. We failed at a certain thing, but it wasn't obvious to the attendees. Maybe we weren't able to pull something off. Maybe we weren't able to, to pull on a speaker, or maybe the speaker, we had to say, hey, instead of 20 minutes, you're only going to get 10, but the audience didn't know that. The attendees didn't know that. So it's still a fail. They just didn't know the fail, right? So was the failure obvious to the attendees? And then what can we implement to ensure that failure never happens again? Because we want to move that. We don't even want to move that to good. We want to move that to great so that we can then move it to excellent. And the last thing that you do after that is applaud the action items created to ensure that you turn the good into excellent and the failures into wins for the next time. And when you do that for every single event, again, I don't care if it's you have a vendor table at some other major event, or it's an event that you're hosting, right? When you start to do this and look at these things, again, I call it the meeting after the meeting. What happens is you get more wins, you get more excellent, right? And you get less failures. So it means you're better this event than you were the last event. You can also do the same type of self-evaluation at the end of your day or your week, right? And so, at the end of the day, it might be, did I do all of the things on my to-do list for today? Right? So I have a to-do list every day. And some things I just can't get to because I had a conversation or a phone call that I wasn't expecting and it went over. Some things I can't do. Well, I put them on that next day or 2 days from now if it's not something that's urgent. But I keep moving it along. But everything needs to be done on that list. So did you do the things on the list that you said you were going to do? Did you work in your business and on your business? Were you excellent in whatever it is that you did, right? What's the meeting after the meeting? The same thing. The meeting after the meeting can take, place after a phone call that you have with a new client. The meeting after the meeting can take place when talking to a new vendor, or emailing back and forth with a vendor, or working with a client or a customer. If you're shipping things out, did you ship out the orders that came in today, or did you at least prepare them if that's how that works for you? What's that system? And then did you do the things that are in that system? Okay. So we don't have a lot of time left. The talk of self-evaluation. That leads me into, my favorite things. So I always have a story. So my favorite things. Let's talk about it today. What's my favorite thing for today? It is Strength Finders 2.0. And so, great book that I found, I don't know, maybe, God, 18 years ago at this point was the first time I found this book. It was a long time because it was, all of the bookstores, the big bookstores were still open. And I was in the bookstore and I saw this book and I said, okay, Strength Finders. Let me go read this book. And the thing about Strength Finders is it encourages you to look at what the things that you're naturally good at, right? So the things that you're naturally good at, you want to work to become great at those things. The things that you are not naturally good at, right? You're not naturally good at math. You're probably not going to be naturally good at math, right? So you work and you build on the things that you're naturally good at. And when I first did this book, because there's an assessment that you can do. So when you have the book, you can then, at the end of it, they give you a code to be able to do the assessment, right? And so you do this assessment, and the assessment tells you, it'll give you the top 5 things that you're naturally talented, gifted at, or passionate about. And it will also give you jobs or businesses, career pathways that based on those natural talents you should consider, right? So let's think about your kids. If your kid is in school and your kid is mad, it is bad in math and failing, you typically try to get a math tutor for that child, right? So that they can become better. But the reality is that child is not good at math. They're never going to be good at math. So I'm not saying don't get the tutor. Get the tutor because you still want them to be able to pass the math class. But let's say that same child is great in languages. They learn foreign languages really well. It's a natural thing for them, right? We don't build on that. And so, yep, you're going to get that tutor so that that kid passes that math class, but you're going to get a language coach so that kid can learn all of the different languages. Because what happens is now this kid is fluent in 5, 6, 7 languages. The world opens up for them. They can go work in any of those countries. They can, become a what do you call the people who tell you, a translator. They can become a translator, work for, any of these United Nations around the world because it's something that they're naturally good at. So listen, so I found my skills were connectedness, intellection, belief, achiever, and positivity. And at that time when I did that, I was like, I can't draw. I'm not, I can't paint. I'm not a dancer. Like, what am I naturally good at? And I looked at those skills and I just pushed it aside. And I was like, oh, this is some crap. But years later, when I looked at them, I realized they are the very skills that make me so good at what I do and and the impact that I have on other people. So that's my favorite thing for today is Strengths Finders. And the link to purchase the book is in the description. And remember, at the end of it, there is your code so that you can go and you can take that assessment. Okay. Now, life is always about elevation. I say it every single time. Life is about elevation, it's a journey. So, the homework I give you or the next steps that I give you are part of that journey. It's taking the journey one step at a time to get the most out of it. That's why I break it down in such small steps. So, what's our homework? Things to do. Focus on the on the question one first. Who are you? You, the individual, before you even start to dig into as the business owner and as working in that business, focus on question one first. Who are you? You, the individual. Okay? Dig deep and be honest because that's the other part. Growth is being honest with yourself. And then, number two, look at the people that you spend the most time talking to or being around and ask yourself these questions. Someone told me this years ago, right? Remember, those people are a mirror of you. So if the people that you spend the most time with in person or that you spend the most time talking to, how are they assisting and supporting your life, your journey, your business, your goals, your dreams, any of that, right? And supporting doesn't necessarily mean that, they're buying all of the products you have. They may buy them for gifts. They may, do referrals. If you're doing events, they may come out to your events. But how are they supporting you? They are telling you the truth about who you are and how you're acting. And it doesn't come from a place of hate, jealousy, or anger. It comes from a place of love, right? How are they assisting and supporting you? And if they are not, you have to ask yourself, why do you spend so much time with them? Okay. And the third thing is find 3 people. You want to find 3 people. And here are the 3 people that you want to find. You want to find someone or some people who will tell you the truth and make you think. If you are around people and spending your time with people who don't make you think, you need new people, right? Because if you're not thinking of new things, new ideas, new ways to do things, if you're not thinking, you're not growing, right? The second person or people can offer insight, knowledge, and accountability. Now, this doesn't have to be somebody that you're hanging with and you're talking. You may find somebody online that does the thing that you are trying to do, but they are far more along in their journey than you. Okay, find them, follow them, see what they do, take notes, right? And then that third person or type people is they want to see you win. Everybody don't want to see you win. And that's the fact of the matter. They will celebrate you and connect you with others. So that third person wants to see you win, will celebrate you, and will connect you with other people to help your dreams, goals, business grow and become reality. Now, a coach could be one or all of these, right? Women, check out you. I don't know. You may or may not know. I host a podcast called Amazing Women Speak, and part of my life's assignment, and we are in season 3. But find Amazing Women Speak on YouTube and check out the episode titled "Check Your Tribe," and we did that. I think it was the beginning of season 3, so somewhere after August of 2023. Check your tribe. Check your tribe. You're gonna see, other women talking about their friends and how they had to release some individuals, and you're gonna see some really great and hear some really great information that may speak to you. And then check all the other episodes. Find something that's gonna speak to your soul. What got you here won't get you there. Meaning what got you where you are today won't get you where you want to be tomorrow. Make the commitment to yourself to let nothing stop you from your greatness. So if this information, because we are a little over today, if this information has been helpful, please subscribe to my channel and be sure to turn notifications on so that you don't miss a training. Also, I do have a few spots open and a few that will be opening up for personal, financial, and business strategy. Go to crystalgun.com to schedule a consultation. And as we wrap up for today, remember, always give yourself some grace. Keep striving for your next level and never give up on you. Invest in you, and I promise you, it will change your life. Thank you so much for joining me today. Join the private Q&A afterwards. That link is in the description. And remember, in all things you do, make it absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Be sure to join me for the private online Q&A immediately following. The link is in the description. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss this opportunity. Thank you again, and I will see you on the other side.